Hi, my name is Jocelyn. My daughter Madison and I worked with Randy over at Perfect Balance Dog Training. It's been several years now. However, the things that my daughter is doing now with Pepsi, it just I don't think we could have done it without Randy. So, little backstory: when my daughter was 7, she saw a movie called Max, wanted a Belgian, just like that dog. We determined that maybe it'd be a dog like Max, and a German Shepherd might be something a little bit better for people starting out with a big dog. And we didn't know that much about German Shepherds, and we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into until he was a puppy, and we tried to put a collar on him. And then we tried to put a leash on him, and he just wasn't having it. He was super strong, getting pretty big for a puppy, especially for my daughter, who was 10 years old at the time. So we waited till she was 10. I thought that was going to be an appropriate age. I don't know if it was or wasn't. It all worked out. So I told my friend about it, and he said, "Hey, look, I just went through training with my dogs. My friend Steve, he's got this dog Bullseye, and when I saw him performing, sitting, staying, coming, down, I was really impressed. I mean, he was putting on a clinic for me." And he said, "Look, if you're going to have a dog that size, if it's going to be a dog like that, and you're in a neighborhood with families, you really need to get that dog trained." And I hadn't really had a dog as an adult that was bigger than 3.5 pounds. I didn't want to mess around. I didn't want to make any mistakes. I saw the performance that Steve and Bullseye were getting from the training with Randy. So I called Randy up right away, signed up for training with Madison, and I don't know if you haven't seen Randy yet, he's just a very strong man, very direct, and I like that. I think it was really good for us. And I remember him saying, when we showed up, "Who's the handler?" And I thought, well, if it's Madison's dog, she needs to be the handler. So she was a handler, and this is a 10-year-old girl with just very, very, strong, and we'll say kind of gentleman, because he just knows he knows when to be direct and when to put a little bit lighter touch. And he did an amazing job coaching Madison and turning her into a handler. We did the obedience training initially, and he made sure and called her out when she wasn't practicing. He treated her like the other adults that we saw there. And like I said, he did at times note that she was 10, so I think he might have put on, maybe the 16-ounce gloves instead of the 8 ounces a couple times, just to, make sure he got his point across. But it was like having a great football coach, hockey coach, soccer coach, it was like martial arts. It was really incredible seeing the work that he did with Madison to get her to do the work, to work with Pepsi, who's our German Shepherd. And then we did the intermediate training, because once we did the obedience training, we wanted to have a lot better control over Peps. And then we went back later for some more extensive training, and it's just been incredible. Right now, my daughter's 13, and she's starting to compete in dog agility with a German Shepherd. She's doing really well, and I think she really wouldn't be having such a great experience if she hadn't done the training with Randy. In agility training, you can't have a leash on the dog. You can't use treats. You can't have a collar. I mean, you really have to have a really strong relationship and very good dog obedience to participate in this. And she's still at this age very young compared to most of the other competitors, and she's able to be around other dogs that snap, dogs that bark, tons of other humans, and just run this course with him. It's just really incredible. And when I looked at this and I saw her first competition, I thought, I got to thank Randy, because we couldn't be here without him. He's a safe dog. We have lots of kids in the neighborhood. He loves them. He's really great with kids, and we wouldn't have been able to have, I think, the relationship we have with him. If you're thinking about training, I wouldn't mess around. I'd work with Randy. Me and my 10-year-old, 13-year-old daughter work with him with a German Shepherd, with incredible results. I can't thank him enough. If you're thinking about working with him, I'd highly recommend him. Name's Jocelyn Magana. I'd be happy to talk to you if you want to do that, if you're considering it. So just want to say thanks again, Randy. Yeah, couldn't have done it without you. Thanks so much.